Hey everyone, it's Dee from CatalystEnergies. Thanks for joining me. I'm so grateful that you're here. It's November 27th, 2019, and this is your Daily Catalyst. Usually I have the screen open to full screen to do my introduction, but I am, it's the holidays and I am not in my usual space, and so I'm trying to find a place where I can even make this video without disrupting the rest of the family members that are around. And the lighting's really bad, and so I just figured I would just go right to the chart, and we'll just get right into this catalyst for the day. I'm extra excited about this chart today because it is my solar return. I'm so excited to be able to share this with you. And we just came off the new moon on the 26th in Sagittarius, and so there is that Sagittarius optimism still in the air, and we got the rest of the solar month with the sun here in Sagittarius to really infuse us with that optimism. So the big transit of today is not really a transit necessarily, but it is Neptune finally stationing direct. That is double yay. Spiritual mission coming online. I think with Neptune being retrograde, there's been a lot of potential for confusion and illusion and delusion and kind of distorted view, maybe even drowning in the waters of Pisces. I mean, it could really have been all over the place, but now with Neptune going direct, it feels like that spiritual mission, that focus is coming back online, especially with the conjunction of Venus and Jupiter at the galactic center. Now things are going to move forward in terms of what we're here to do spiritually, either within ourselves, for the collective, or both. So the moon as of noon, that we got the noon Eastern Standard Time. This is what this chart is for. We have the moon at 18 degrees, just under 19 degrees Sagittarius. And we have, like I said, Neptune going direct. So the moon is actually going to make some challenging aspects today that could feel like little bumps in the road. Now, with the new moon, it is a time to set intentions, absolutely, but it's really after the new moon has passed, when the light of the moon is starting to come back, is really the best time to actually plant the seed, because you don't really want to plant when the moon is still dark, right? There's still things in the shadows. There's still things that the light hasn't quite illuminated yet from the sun. And so we might still be feeling kind of in that place. I know that it's been challenging and shadowy, and even with that level of optimism coming from the sun and the moon being in Sagittarius, and Jupiter is still here, mind you. Jupiter is still in Sagittarius for just a little bit longer, so it's still home for right now, and so that's really helping things along as well, with the optimism and the truth seeking and the aiming towards the sky. But it's still, we're still not quite out of the shadow yet. And so the moon is going to make a square actually with Neptune at earlier than this chart is at noon. So right after Neptune stations direct, the moon is going to make a square to, Neptune in Pisces. And so it could feel like, with that and a sesquiquadrant or a sesquisquare to Uranus and Taurus as well. Now we've been feeling a lot of challenging energy, especially with Mars and Scorpio to this Uranus and Taurus. And I think that if you've been really working with this energy, this sesquisquare, even though it's a minor aspect, it's definitely going to feel like something that you can't quite put your finger on. But like I said, if you've been working with this energy, you might have more of a clear view of where that tension is. And it's a subtle tension. It's not a very obvious point of tension. So with a semi-square to Mars today from the moon as well, we can really be feeling is the operative word here, because the moon is about our feelings. We can be really feeling that opposition between Mars and Uranus in terms of where we're aiming and how we feel about that. And with the square to Neptune, it could feel like we just aren't quite there yet. There could still be some confusion around how we're feeling in terms of our long-term goals and our expansion and our truth seeking in terms of this spiritual mission coming online and the opposition between Mars and Uranus. Now, another major transit that's happening today is Venus, which is, she's now in Capricorn, is going to make a square to Chiron retrograde in Aries. So Chiron has been really sitting here at this between 1 and 2 degrees now for a while. And in Aries, that Sabian symbol, 2 degrees of Aries, the Sabian symbol is a comedian entertaining a group. And I talked a lot about this in the new moon video I did, so you can go ahead and check that out if you're interested in getting more in-depth analysis of what this degree point is. But this is a point of release because it is the mirror being held up to reflect back on ourselves the things that we need to let go of, especially when we're talking about Chiron, we're talking about the original wounds and the things that we need to let go of around those wounds. And when we're in Aries, it's about who we are, the individual, the ego, the masculine side, what drives us to survive, to take care of ourselves, and not in the normal self-care kind of Cancer way, but in the, what's best for me type of way. It's all about me and me and me and me in Aries. So this Venus, now that she's in Capricorn, she's really looking for stability in relationships. She's looking for stability in her material resources, in financial resources, in the things that allow her to feel good. So Venus represents femininity, but also what feels good to us in a physical, material way. So that could also mean energetic resources, financial resources, material resources, all those things. But in Capricorn specifically, she's really looking for stability, and she's not very flexible about it. She knows what she wants, and she wants to build that. And so with that in square to Chiron, that's still dealing with the original wound about who we are and what we want, that's really going to create some tension, especially now that Venus is coming off this major conjunction with Jupiter at the galactic center. There was this expansion point, this opening of the portal, really getting an idea of where we're going and who we are in our mission. And now Venus is interested in building that kind of stuff, building the resources and the structures and the relationships that support that. And what we're dealing with here in Chiron with our wounds here in Aries, that might not be very supportive of that, because we're still kind of floating around in this space of like how, dealing with the wound around ourselves and our ego. I would say hold fast, people. It's the light is coming from Sagittarius, and it's already there, and the moon has moved well beyond the sun, and so we are getting the full illumination of the sun in Sagittarius, which is great. But there's still going to be some hiccups. Again, Neptune is going direct, and this is a really good sign, I think, of our spiritual mission. Like I said, coming online, and the collective, and being very aware of our place in the collective. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate it. If you're interested in to book a reading or to reach out at all my information is in the description box below. I'm posting content every day here on YouTube and on my Facebook page if you're looking for any kind of astrological information, multidimensional tarot, and archetypal card readings. And then I'm also offering Reiki distance treatments as well, along with those other services. So take care of yourselves. Have a great holiday, however you choose to celebrate it or not celebrate it. And I will see you on the next video.